Hey guys, it is Saturday here in West Virginia, and I've got some exciting news. I was going to mention it earlier in the week, but I wanted it to be a surprise. Last week when I was scrolling through IG, I got a pop-up advertisement like I always do. And this one was for, I think, eBay or AliExpress. And they had a picture of an S10 model truck. And I started looking at it closer, and it came with a Diecast S10. And it was made by Revell. I was like, wow. I was like, that's awesome. They must have made this back in the 90s or early 2000s when they were making their little 1/64th lowriders, because that's what it's supposed to be, a 91 Chevy S10 lowrider. So I started investigating it more, and I found out it's a brand new release. It just came out this year, probably just dropped the past month or so, I would think. But I haven't seen anything about it on Facebook or on IG or even YouTube. Nobody's made a video on it. Nobody's mentioned it that I'm aware of. But I don't really follow a lot of social media. I don't even watch a lot of YouTube except for some Lamley here and there, and some of the other guys that subscribe to me. I subscribe to them and I watch some of their stuff too. But yeah, mainly I just find out stuff by scrolling through my main feed on everything. Well, anyways, this is the thing I'm talking about right here. I got it in. Yeah, this thing's gonna be, I don't usually do model cars, so as you can see, it's called Revell Collector's Duo Issue Number 1, Big and Little Series, a 1/64 Diecast 91 Chevy S10 lowrider, which we've already pulled out, and as you can see, it says limited edition Diecast with rotatable bed and positionable axles. That's so awesome. And then you have 91 Chevy S10 lowrider. And what's cool, you can build this truck in like 3 different ways, I believe. You can build it as a turbocharged Cyclone or turbocharged S10. And then you can build it as a lowrider and a couple of other ways. I was trying to find where it said this, but it does not say it on the outside of the box. But anyways, it's reading somewhere on the instructions, I believe. And this is a level 4 kit, so it is for more advanced modelers, ages 12 and older, scale 1/25. Now, on the decal sheet, you actually get decals for the little diecast too. You can see down here to match your truck. It is molded in white, so you don't have to make it blue. If you want to do another color, that's fine. I tried one set of decals and messed up one of the stripes, and then I just decided I like the truck better just candy blue. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take it apart and I'm going to detail the grill. Instead of trying to do it in the truck, I think it'll be easier to detail the grill on it while it's off the truck. As you can see there's a picture of them side by side. Sorry about the crappy view, but anyways, let's go to this diecast. And I really, really am hoping that this is the first of many new Revell lowriders to come, because I never thought I would own one of these little S10s from Revell, because the prices are just astronomical nowadays. The cheapest one I've ever seen is like $100, but they go as high as like 200 and something, 300 something. I don't think they're actually selling for the 300 range, but I do know that they're selling for the 100 plus range, because I've seen them sell for that. And they are cool. They're actually very cool. Like, comparing it to Hot Wheels lowriders, the suspension and such looks more realistic on the Revell than the Hot Wheels, but the Revell is very brittle. It's fragile, and it's made of plastic. As you can see, plastic base, plastic frame, and all of that. But it is screwed together, which is cool. That's why I said I would disassemble it to detail the grill and maybe also do some interior detail on it. The tonneau cover does not open, but that's okay. But the bed, it does, like, best thing, pick up, slide back, and then rotate. It's on just a pivot ball, basically. And it is, once again, plastic, so you need to be very, very careful. This is also screwed together, so it is easy to take it off if you need to. It's on a set of chrome wire spokes, which is really cool. And as I said, the candy blue color that they put on it is very nice. It looks good just like that, in my opinion. And it's got the mirrors molded in, which is really cool. Revell was ahead of their time when they were making die-casts like this back in the 90s. I got wax on it. Yeah, as I said, I put the one decal on the one side, the driver's side, and I messed it up. And then I used wax to get the residue off of it. So there we go. No more wax around the gas tank. We'll get that later. So anyways, the detail's really cool. Really nice. The grill needs some help. It needs some black inserts there on the grill, and the headlights could use to be painted like a white, and the turn signal an orange or amber color. Detailed door handles already, detailed tail lights, and as you can see, the stripe is still in the bed. I forgot to take that one off. It's still in the tailgate, but yeah, as I said, if you guys are good at the decals, then they do look cool. As I said, I just like mine candy blue though. And it comes in two different sets of decals. They're the same style, just different colors. One is based on orange and yellow, and the other one is like a lime green and yellow and black. Both of the sets have black and yellow, but the other, like the main color, is either green or orange. I think the green is the best looking one. It contrasts really good against the blue. I think that's what's on the back of the truck now. Yeah, so the lime green and yellow and black. So it does not look too bad. Now, what I was saying before, I really hope this is the first of many. As you can see, it's issue number 1 in the Big and Little series. So I'm hoping that they release all of their lowriders again, like, because they have the model kits of all of them, the 63, 64, 59, 58s. They have it all. The one kit that I used to have, and it was a really nice kit, was the 59 convertible. I think that was a Revell monogram kit. And I don't know whatever happened to it. I built that when I was in my early teens. And it was a really fun kit to build. But now there's so many options out there with aftermarket parts and 3D printed parts that you could build some wild looking lowriders. But yeah, I'm hoping that they do release more lowriders with the 125th kit and a die-cast car. I'm really hoping that they drop another line of 164 die-cast lowriders again. I think they finally realized how big of a market there would be for them and how much people love them. So I'm hoping that this is the first of many to come. I thought you guys would be excited to hear this news. Even for model builders out there, you get a cool kit. The S10 hasn't been done in a while. They have the 90 style S10, and then they did make the all-wheel drive Cyclone back in the day, but I don't know if there ever was just a basic S10 with, you know, no Cyclone all-wheel drive setup and stuff. But yeah, you got this guy here, and it is a very cool looking truck. Yeah, right there, you can see the detail on the grill of this. That's what I want to do to my die-cast. And I'm just going to leave them both candy blue. As I said, I may detail the interior a little bit, but that would be about all. So these are available on eBay. They're not cheap. The cheapest one I found was $50 plus shipping. Now, they may decrease in price over time, but if you guys consider what a new model kit costs nowadays, minimum at like Hobby Lobby, you're paying 30 or 35 bucks for a 124th kit. And maybe if you get a undesirable car or one that's reduced, you may get a kit for like 20 or 25. Even when they were at Walmart last year, they were probably, I think, 25 or 30 bucks, something like that. The Walmart usually gets like a aisle display of them around Christmas. So that's what I'm hoping for, because I need to get some paints for my kit, and we don't have any hobby shops around here. There's a Hobby Lobby, but it's like 80 miles away, so we're not going to go there anytime soon as far as I know. So yeah, hoping Walmart drops one of those displays again this Christmas season. And I'm hoping maybe they'll have some of these big and little sets. Maybe they will, maybe they won't, who knows. But eager to find out. And yeah, I'm hoping for more lowriders, guys. So this is great news for all you lowrider fans. And another thing that was kind of cool today, or not today, but yesterday, M2 dropped their mini truck, the 95 Ford Ranger. It looked okay, but for 40 bucks, I passed on it and I bought this kit instead. I guess you could say, because I paid 50 for the kit with the die cast, and I think I would much rather have this S10 than the M2 Ranger. Once the M2 Ranger comes out, retail releases, and I can get them for like 10 bucks or less, that's cool, but 40 bucks for the Auto Club, I passed on it. So anyways, guys, that's it for today. We'll be back again on Monday for our Mopar Monday, so enjoy the rest of your weekend.